All right, today is the day, folks. It's been 2 months since my baptism of fire, aka catching the bug, the fever, the itch, whatever you want to call it. 2 months of working out in my own backyard, working the Pell solo, trying to train, getting more lifting, more cardio, etc. And backyard meetups with my nearest club, the Peace Breakers. But today, I am finally here at a proper indoor list. It's new to even this team up here, and so they're just as excited about it, but it's a proper indoor gym list, fighting arena, place to train, place to meet, place to gather together and improve your savagery on the battlefield. Yeah, let me tell you, it's like walking into another world, where the clang of steel and the crackle of energy makes you feel like anything is possible. Gross. Is that the best ChatGPT could come up with? Yeah. Here's some warm-up scenes. Check this out. This is even better. Listen to this crap. We started with a warm-up because, let's face it, this sport isn't just about brute strength. It's about endurance. Watching these guys go through their routines, you realize that every movement is deliberate, calculated. You can almost feel the history in each stretch, each breath. That's pretty gross. So we kicked off our warm-up because, let's be real, very few of us are on the right side of 30. So a couple of minutes stretching now saves us from spending the next week with the threat of divorce hanging over our heads because our wives are sick of hearing us whine and complain about self-inflicted injuries. Next, we moved on to a quick rules session, some tips on marshalling. Understanding the ins and outs of the rules really helps you understand the strategy behind each fight. It's not pure chaos, even though it looks like it. There is an actual method to this medieval madness. Yeah, we gotta think of it more like chess, but with halberds. This weapons rack. Ooh, me likey. Like walking into a candy store, if a candy store could tenderize your kidneys and leave you concussed. But seriously, the craftsmanship of the weapons, seeing them all stacked together, being able to just pick up weapon after weapon. No, done with the halberd. Awesome. Time for a two-handed axe. Now let's try the one-handed axe. Nope. Now let's do a one-handed sword. Nope. Let's do a long dueling sword, two-handed. Let's try this punch shield. Nope. Now let's try this buckler. It was fire, straight fire, or as my kid might say, not sus. All right. So then we spent some time working the Pell, refining strikes, testing stamina, etc. There's something very meditative about it. It soothes the battle-weary soul. I tell you, you gotta try it. All right, and then came the most exciting part of practice. I actually at this time did not know that I was gonna fight. Picture this. The scene is a whirlwind of organized chaos. As a clatter of knights, a thunder of knights, a parliament of knights. I'm not sure what the correct word is to describe a group of knights. I'm gonna go with a thunder. No, a clatter. A clatter of knights. That seems to work. This clatter of knights overwhelms the room, pulling out duffel bags and storage totes, opening them up to reveal the various accoutrements of anguish and mayhem stored within. The air is thick with the scent of oil and steel. There's that tang of anticipation as well. The room is a symphony, or maybe cacophony is a better word. Breastplates clanging against greaves and chainmail aventails being shaken out like a heavy metallic rain. Voices are overlapping, barking out requests for help, friendly jabs, and advice thrown out. Someone is hammering rivets back into place with some rhythmic clangs. Another is reforming armor with a grinder in the background, adding yet another layer to this din of the right kind of chaos. And then finally, said chaos moves from the room in general, the room at large, to the list as the first group of ready fighters slip under and take their places, getting ready for some melee or duel practice. With a quick huddle, each team works out a few last minute strategies, and then it's fight on. So with the melee in full swing, the intensity of all of that clashing metal and that cacophony is more than doubled.
One goes down. 3v2! Oh! Big job. Change target.
Then my patron knight, the good Sir Brigham, decides that he's had enough. He's spent for the day, and he kindly lends me his kit. So this is the moment that I have been waiting for, the moment that this whole episode was teasing, the debut of yours truly fighting in armor. So after a rapid doff and don, Brigham, acting as my squire, though much more efficiently given his years of experience. And now here we are, folks, my first fight in a list, fully armored. Let's freaking go. So this is what it's all about, folks. What I have been dreaming about daily for the last couple of months. Finally here.
Okay.
There's the rush of adrenaline, the sheer weight of exhaustion, and that first blow lands. I feel the rattle in my bones, in my skull. My ears ring a little bit, and all of a sudden I'm not just fighting, but I'm alive in a way I have rarely felt before. It is intense, let me tell you. Here's another quick shout out. Gratitude for Mr. Brigham, who lent me his armor, who recognized my enthusiasm, my potential, and the fact that we're roughly the same size. And he said, hey, throw on my armor. And I can't thank him enough for that, as well as everyone else in the list. They were incredibly kind. They accommodated my armor not being custom fit to me. There was a huge gap in my shoulders, apparently, and so they were all very careful to adjust their aim, and that makes it more difficult for them, so I appreciate that. Alright, here's some slow motion highlights of me getting beat upside the head. Thank you. Oh, and this one's fun. This is where I learned to do a summersault. in case it wasn't clear before, I highly recommend you get yourself in some armor and step into a fighting arena. It is pure exhilaration. I was just happy that I made it 6 rounds. That was my goal going in, was just to not give up. If I fell down, got knocked down, got rolled to the ground, I was just going to get back up. And I was hoping that they would call it first so that I would not have to be the one to back down this time. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you're just spent and you step out, you know when to quit. Other times you make these mini commitments to yourself and you stick to your guns. You keep at it. And so I was thoroughly thrilled with my performance overall, even though it was incredibly sloppy, and I have a lot of technique to learn to adjust to inside that armor. I cannot tell you how surprisingly heavy it all was. And all right, and to end today's episode, guys, that's it for today. But this is just the beginning. Stay tuned because more and better is on the horizon. All right, remember, Buhurt is life. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and help us grow this Buhurt community of ours. All right, till the next one.